Hello and welcome back to Creative Perspectives. I'm Brandy, a transitional life coach specializing in mindful and healthy connections. I am inspired to help you. Remember, my channel is for entertainment purposes only. I appreciate your viewership. I am thankful, to say the least. For the first time, I am using a teleprompter. Shame on you, Brandy. Naughty. Anyways, today my topic will be on identifying and or responding to a guilt tripper when you're experiencing an attempted controlling moment or a series of events involving this style of manipulation. We will look at what guilt tripping is, which includes gaslighting, and we'll discuss how to respond to it. I want to take a moment to appreciate your likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell button for me. My goal is to get to 50 subscribers. I am confident we can reach this goal. I appreciate you. Let's dive in. So, what is guilt tripping? It is a passive-aggressive, distorted style of communication used when a person cannot effectively communicate and express their wants, needs, or desires in a healthy way. So instead of expressing themselves in an appropriate way, they use manipulation instead, unfortunately. So, sorry. Maybe God was trying to tell me something in that moment. Yeah. Excuse me. The manipulation includes gaslighting or guilt tripping in hopes of gaining the outcome they desire over you. Instead of respecting your perspective, your desired outcome, your feelings for your own life. Some of the behaviors derive from their personal fears. Fears of not being able to control the person or outcome, which may feel like a threat to them or cause them to feel like manipulation is imminent to gain control in that moment. Oftentimes, it is a manipulative environmental strategy developed during childhood when their expressed needs, wants, and or desires were faced with criticism by their caregivers. The outcome of a caregiver treating a child like that creates a form of emotional and mental inadequacy that can be carried into adulthood without proper therapeutic intervention. Guilt tripping can cause discord in relationships, work environments, or situations where individuals with healthy communication styles encounter or interact with individuals who thrive in manipulating outcomes and weaponizing their interactions using gaslighting and or guilt tripping in an effort to tilt the scales in their favor, instead of admitting their shortcomings and discomforts involving their ability to self-express. Healthy communicators can genuinely understand, respect, and express their feelings in a moment and express their desired outcomes with the intent and knowledge of understanding, acceptance, or rejection by another. Guilt trippers take opposing expressions and outcomes as a threat to their emotional health instead of respecting another person's individuality and desired outcome, and may feel like gaslighting and or guilt tripping will give them an advantage. What is gaslighting? Gaslighting is a psychological, manipulative strategy used to make another person doubt themselves or their own actions as a way to stop or start what the gaslighter wants them to do. And guilt tripping is the ultimate use when the gaslighter does not see the results or outcomes they selfishly wished or perceived. Gaslighting is used to force an outcome in a dogmatic or sly way by the gaslighter without full accountability. How do you know you're dealing with a guilt tripper who uses gaslighting? I would say it's when your wishes, thoughts, or goals are met with unreasonable concern or irrational resistance by the guilt tripper. The guilt tripper may project their wishes, desires, feelings onto you instead of respecting or valuing you or your intended outcome. It can be accompanied by verbal assaults, denial, redirecting, trivializing, countering, withholding, forgetting, discrediting, insulting, rejections, non-sentimental actions, crying to get their way, false accusations to make you defend your position more than progressing in the conversation, acting impotent, which means acting helpless, acting resentful, and so forth. How should you respond? Options may include calling out the behavior as soon as you see it, and allow them to respond without provocation. An example may include, I notice how when I talk about some of my concerns, goals, or dreams, and then obviously you could fill in the blanks based on your situation. Some more examples, and I'm just going to run through this. It feels like you respond sarcastically, show passive-aggressive behavior, bring up my history of mistakes, ignore my attempts to discuss the issues, show lack of interest to improve the situation. You remain unclear, which hinders our growth in this and are without, we don't know your objective. It seems like you're trying to make me feel guilty for expressing my concerns. You remind me I am indebted somehow to you. You remain silent. You refuse to communicate. How can we fix this? Do you have a plan to fix this? Have you noticed this? If this happens again, I don't think it's good for us. Okay? To communicate with each other. I respect your viewpoint and how you feel, yet it seems like it's not reciprocated. What can we do to make our communication better? What do you think we can work on to make the change sooner or later? You keep insinuating our actions are not exactly what they are. Understand, I see the reality of your actions and I don't think it's a healthy way of communicating. At least not for me. I refuse to engage in hurtful remarks. I bow out gracefully. Adios, deuces, goodbye, Felicia. Number 2, you can reaffirm how you feel, express the value and protection you place on emotional and mental health. Reaffirm the value you place on using healthy communication to receive positive, effective, and progressive outcomes without the use of manipulation. Reaffirm the value you place on the use of respect during uneventful moments and interactions with others. Reaffirm how you feel when you are greeted with guilt tripping involving gaslighting. Here are some responsive options that can be used. Add your own responses in the comments if you've encountered a guilt tripper, who may also use gaslighting as their attack strategy. When guilt tripping finds its way into the conversation, it makes me feel like terminating the conversation because I value my emotional needs and my ability to express myself like I value yours. But guilt tripping is a form of manipulation, and manipulation has no place in this conversation. Another example is, I feel it doesn't help either of us find a solution to the issues. I feel like it may demean me. Okay. I cannot deal with deflection because it doesn't help us resolve anything and it makes me feel disrespected. When deflection is not present in the conversation, we can definitely discuss this again. I don't feel this is a safe conversation or situation to be in at this time. So far, this conversation feels like it is dismissive of my ideas or feelings. This is uncomfortable for me and I refuse to continue this. I will distance myself from this situation or from you until we are both ready to have this conversation using respect, love, and care for each other's abilities to self-express. I recognize the intent, but this is how your remarks made me feel. What I need from you is for you to communicate in a respectful, open, and non-confrontational way so we can make progress. I will not engage in a conversation that will make me feel, and then you can fill in the blanks. Okay, that's a lot, right? Here's some more. It feels like you are not interested in my perspective. It feels more like a plan to control the situation and outcome, and that is unfair to me and what I feel is healthy. I am not into anyone trying to control me or my outcomes, so this may not work for me. Our communication doesn't feel healthy to me, and it's not worth exploring this further until we can find a way to communicate in a way that can be uplifting or progressive for both of us. From what I'm hearing, I don't think we are there yet. Now, the last option, yes! Leave them or the conversation altogether. That's option number 3. We all know some people are not worth entertaining, so when a person cannot respect you or refuses to acknowledge or change to create a healthier outcome and boundaries that can prove beneficial for themselves and for others, then leaving can be the best result to stop the behavior as it pertains to you. Especially when a person is always guilt-tripping and gaslighting, making excuses for their behavior, blaming and projecting without proof of change through action, not words, because we know. Manipulation is used to injure control. Manipulation is used to injure, control, or dehumanize another person in a sly or blatant way. It is unhealthy. Here are some responsive options. Feel free to add your own in the comments. Example. Because I noticed there hasn't been an improvement on both of our behalves, I don't see this form of communication or interaction providing support for either one of us in a healthy way. I've decided to move forward, and I genuinely wish you the best. And it was a pleasure getting to know you. Another example. I enjoy healthy communicators who have healthy boundaries. I feel our interactions haven't been healthy. We are done, or however else you're going to do that, or end it. Or, here's another example. I value respect above all else, and it doesn't seem like our interactions are proving to have respect as a main priority. I have decided this doesn't work for me. I really hope you find what you are looking for, and I am hopeful I will too. I will cherish our good moments. All right, we're done. Please list any verbiage you have used in moments where a guilt tripper used gaslighting, which impacted you. If you are a gaslighter who made improvements, what did you do? Leave them in the comments. In closing for our show, ultimately, you cannot teach someone who doesn't care about you how to respect you, because that is not their intentions for you in the first place. And their actions or lack of action is proof of that. Some people may not be equipped to respect you based on their environment, uprearing, and if no intervention or self-dedication is incorporated to improve themselves, then you can do nothing. You can be doing yourself a disservice by entertaining them, and it can take a toll on your health while you figure it out, while they figure it out. Some guilt trippers may be more about gaining control than getting help, and the impact can be harmful to you, especially if no plans to do or become better is presented. You cannot change another individual who is comfortable staying the way they are and who refuses to change, and you cannot force someone to change on your terms, but you can remove yourself from the situation or a person if need be. If gaslighting has impacted you, or you have a history of being mentally, spiritually drained by a guilt tripper or a gaslighter who manipulates, and it has been an extreme part of your life, seek counseling. I'm big on that, and it can help you rebuild your self-esteem. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I have mentioned something helpful, supportive, or something that can help you heal, or have given you a strategy or verbiage you can use if you've encountered a guilt tripper who use gaslighting as their weapon of choice to manipulate and or control an outcome in your life. Remember, my channel is for entertainment purposes only. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell button for upcoming videos, and leave a comment on any topic you'd like for me to cover on my channel, or any phrases you've used if you've come in contact with a guilt tripper who specialized in gaslighting. God bless you. Thanks for watching. I hope I blessed you and encouraged you today. See you soon. I appreciate my fellow combat veterans, and you are so loved. I made it through my teleprompter experience. I just want to go die now. I'm sweating. Okay, bye.